Let's do this.
Let's go.
If you speak during this, we're cutting off your hand.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Ah.
The project we were working on today was taking a clip one of our classmates had already made and adding sound effects to it using our own crude version of Foley. We used shotgun mics, as you can see here. Just had some XLR cables and some stands. Had the instruments and we made our Foley. My part of the project was to use this to make kind of like a sound like this to make it like a typewriter pushing, and then I just had to rub my hands together. So to record the sounds and like how we did it and what sounds I did and how I recorded it. To record my the sound of like hands rubbing together, at first I took my gloves off, but that didn't really work because my hands were kind of dry, so I had to use 2 pieces of sandpaper.
My role on this film was doing the sound effect for time. There's a grandfather clock that you can't see in the shot, so I just made a tick-tock sound on a percussion device. Like this. That was my entire role. On this project, I learned about kind of setting up multiple mics to capture this with a group, basically an ensemble doing this in one long take, rather than trying to break it up and record these parts individually.
My part in the project was to do the keyboard sound. So I had to keep track of every time he hit the keys and just kind of hit the keyboard along with him. The biggest challenge in all of that was getting the timing down right, because there was one part where he was like spelling his name, and so he was doing it really fast, and so I had to just kind of like spell the name really fast. That was a really big challenge, getting the timing down. About me being the on-set director, it was my first time directing. It was kind of, I wasn't as scared as I thought it would be. I just decided to make sure that I'm doing what everybody else wants to do, not just like this is what I want to do. Because when I realized that, oh, I'm the one with essentially the most experience in the BVP program, I was like, okay, I guess I gotta be the one to step up and make sure everybody's doing it all right.
My role was any sounds coming from the actor in the video, so breathing or any words. And then there was a soda can that was open in the video, which I did that as well. And then getting up from the chair, we had a mic down on the ground here for the chair, sitting and getting up. And then for the knuckles, we used a plastic cup, just put some gloves in it, crunched the cup up, and hoped it sounded like knuckles.
I worked the sound mixing. Working sound mixing is just making sure levels are even, that like things aren't coming out too loud or too soft, to make sure all the mics are working, to make sure every little sound that we made sound good. We used 4 microphones on this project with at least 2 designated microphones for certain sounds, like the typewriter and the chair. The most difficult part about balancing the sounds was when we'd have like a more harsher sound closer to the mic. I would have to like know when that was coming, pot it down a little bit so it wouldn't just immediately peak, and then pot it back up if we're gonna have like a softer sound immediately after that.